Welcome back to Take Her Microwave, where our opinions are often off script, but always on brand. I'm your host, Jay. To my right is the one, the only
Macy Crab. Come on now.
Okay.
She been eating me up all day. She gonna be mad when I walk out the studio.
No,
she gonna be mad.
I'm gonna say, wait, come back, don't leave.
And you gonna sit here and do it yourself.
Y'all, she's joking. You know she'll never leave. Twin.
Where have you been?
We have a lot to talk about today. Obviously, we're going to get into some USC football predictions for this coming weekend. We had a bye week last week. We're going to talk NFL, Tua, Guardian Cap, our game of the week, and we have a fun slideshow. ESPN, they did a peer poll for the players. So I think that'll be fun to talk about. And some comments made. I think we should start with that. Comments on our Tyreek Hill video, because this is what I say. People have selective viewership.
Oh my gosh, do you have them? You
Yes.
want me to put them on?
Later.
I didn't really
I'll
look
put it
at
up.
them.
These are the ones from YouTube Shorts.
Okay, because you said don't look at the comments, and I was on TikTok and I was like,
Oh,
those
sorry.
aren't those.
They were mild.
I was like, that really isn't that bad.
YouTube Shorts, our first 1,000 view video. Finally. Ignore the ad, y'all. So it says this. I literally, it made me so mad. But I'm like, it's like, are they clickbaiting? One says 0 accountability. One says Tyreek is right, but he's black. Act right. By a black man. One said poor victims. He's speeding. Why do they need to walk up to his car? We said, why do 3?
Yeah.
Like, they always choose what to
We said there's no
say
reason for
that.
3 officers to go to his
Thank
car.
you. And then they said Ty was aggressive from the jump. A part of me understands why I act like that, but I would have been calm.
I get that.
He's black saying this,
I
and
do
I
think
get
he
it.
was a little aggressive.
And we did say that.
Yeah,
we
we
did.
said like off the bat, like, why are you like?
You know,
He
relax.
was like, why are you walking up to my car? I said, oh
Literally,
god.
like, you're
and then rolled the window up. I said, oh.
Instigating. But like, did you watch the video? We said that.
Literally. So you didn't. You just picked what you wanted to comment on.
This one is so incorrect, and it got 2 likes. It makes me so mad. The only way an interaction with police goes wrong is if you make it go wrong. The exceptions are statistically insignificant. The exceptions are black people losing their lives. Black men, black women, black children.
My thing is, what did George Floyd do?
Mike Brown.
Like,
Orlando Castillo.
I'm so confused how you
Freddie
say
Gray.
it's them. It's literally
Sandra
hasn't
Bland.
been them. It literally hasn't
We can
been
go
them.
on and on.
Literally.
The black lady that called them to her house.
Yes, that just happened.
I go on and on. On and on.
Literally. I don't understand
Since
that.
before, since I was in middle school.
Literally.
Since before then.
So that's just
Rodney
that's
King.
That's just a stupid comment.
Like,
You're either like
the
uninformed or
exceptions
you're
are
just dumb.
statistically insignificant. Those are lives lost.
Literally.
And it's also racism and structural racism.
It's just like pure ignorance.
Not it only goes wrong if you make it wrong, you in all caps. Woo!
Who are you saying you?
This is the people that say everybody has the same 24 hours in a day.
It's just like wrong.
Don't piss me off.
You're just wrong.
Wrong.
That's insane. I hadn't seen those.
I know. That's why I said don't read the comments.
Yeah.
I was so confused.
See, comments don't really bother me. Like, if you're just ignorant, that doesn't bother me. Like, if
Yeah.
you're just stupid, because I'm like, my mom always says like, you can't argue with stupid.
You're
You
going to
literally
keep going
can't.
back and forth. And
So
you'll
I
never
just
win.
don't even try. So I see that and I'm like, okay, you're just dumb.
No, that's fair.
Yeah. no,
But
that's-
let's pivot to something more exciting. Well, not exciting. I think this was funny. So ESPN did an anonymous poll with their players, with NFL players, and there are some results that they posted on Instagram. I think the funniest thing for me was Josh Allen was voted biggest trash talking quarterback by all his peers. Like, these are NFL players. But then he was voted most overrated.
I saw that and I was like,
So he talks a lot of smack, but he
my
just
thing
can't
is,
back it up.
when do you realize that you're doing too much? Because as soon as I start to lose, I'm on mute. I'm on mute. I'm saying, you know what? Like, what triggers you to keep talking trash and still
Literally.
lose?
I'm so shocked. I didn't think Josh Allen talked that
Me
much.
neither. They
But
need
it's
to
good
mic
to
him up,
see.
low key.
No, yeah.
Please mic him up. I want to hear what he's
And
saying.
then
'cause-
Baker Mayfield, I can see that.
No, he has that
persona,
Like, yeah.
that vibe. Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers has 3. I can see that.
I mean, I would. Yeah. I mean,
I'm surprised no black QBs. I mean,
Literally.
Jalen Hurts doesn't seem like
Yeah, he don't seem like he talks.
Lamar
really.
either.
I feel like Lamar would.
Really, I see him as my goat, my king.
Yeah,
my
that's
humble,
why. That's why.
My moon,
But I
my
think
sun,
he could. I think
my
he could.
heart outside my
Are you
chest.
done?
My veins, okay, too much. My
Yeah.
bad.
like, are you done?
You know that poem? Who is Lamar?
Stop. Just don't.
To me, he is water memorized? When I'm thirsty.
It's crazy.
Okay.
Like, that is insane.
It started with LeBron, and then it changed to Lamar, and then
for you?
No, like somebody wrote it for LeBron, my king, whatever.
Oh, and you took that and ran with it.
No, I didn't.
You took it and ran.
Yo, please, I'm not crazy.
She loves him. Please. It's actually insane. Every time I talk to her, that's who she brings up, like, in daily life.
Is Lamar not the best? Is Lamar not the best? Oh, all right.
I heard silence.
Is Lamar not the best?
I heard silence. I didn't hear this is only you.
Please. No, because why was Lamar rated by his peers? Number 2 quarterback. Like they said, current top 3. It was Mahomes 1, Lamar 2, Joe Burrow 3. I'm fine with this list. I'm fine with this list.
Yeah.
I'm fine with this list.
Like, I'm indifferent. I don't like Mahomes. I do like Lamar Jackson. And then Joe Burrow's just great. He's great.
Even if I don't like him, I can admit. Yeah, Mahomes is number 1.
And it pisses me off.
Number 1.
Pisses me off.
I think most underrated quarterback being Brock Purdy is interesting. I'm tired of that narrative.
I think it's just because of last.
I'm so tired of the Mr. Whatever. What is it?
Mr. Irrelevant.
Bro, he already proved himself. Literally last year had a great season.
Yeah.
Went to Super Bowl. Like, bro, stop. Yeah. He's not relevant no more. That was the first pick. That was the last pick. He had the
everything
year.
He went through doesn't matter.
No, it's not that. It's just like he's not relevant anymore. He literally isn't.
Like he needs to do something else.
No, it's like he's not irrelevant. Change the name. Call him something else.
Got you.
Like he's already proved himself to me.
I agree. If someone kept calling me irrelevant, like
stop bringing up that
would
thing,
piss me off.
and then they just use it because it's media. Like they can make a story out of it. Let it go.
Yeah, I wonder who came up with that because that's so insulting to be Mr. Irrelevant. The last pick.
Yeah, I get it.
But I think it's rude.
I don't think you should let it linger. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair.
I think Kirk Cousins being last is underrated. He is very mediocre to me. But I do love Kirk Cousins.
He just had a pretty good game. I don't know. And I like the Eagles, but I said, did you see that meme of him with the chains on? I said,
I
okay,
like
Kirk.
I can't.
Why?
Perpetuating black stereotypes. I'm that person. I can have a little fun, but don't.
I thought it was fun. Plus, I think it's different if your teammates put the chains on you or if you're out here like.
Wait, something I was gonna tell you just pissed me off so bad, bro. This girl in my class, she was like telling about her story. She was telling about something that she experienced in life, and she was like, "So when my therapist clocked that."
In class?
Yes.
She was talking to everybody?
Yeah, she was sharing her story. She was like, so my therapist clocked that tea, and basically, and she didn't even use it right. This is what I'm saying, like, black culture, like, we gotta keep it in.
Yeah, clock it.
Please.
Clock it.
It's anyways, I can't. Let's focus on, I feel like this is the meat of our show. Should Tua retire? If y'all don't know, don't even watch the video. I'll tell you right now. Tua got, I think, his 3rd or 4th concussion. I think it's 3rd.
I want to say it's 3, but some people were saying 4, so I'm a little confused if they're saying, like, when they actually, like, were like, hey, you have a concussion, he actually went out.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because, they'll ignore a concussion.
It says 3rd concussion of his NFL career.
But I think he got 1 in college, maybe it was.
So
maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, maybe that's what it is. But it says he's going to be placed on injury reserve for at least 4 games, which is it's about a month. I've had concussions from soccer, from everyday life, and they've lasted more than like 5 months minimum.
Plus, how do you already make that decision? Like, you're supposed to reevaluate a concussion. You're not supposed to be like, okay, like, you should be like, oh, okay, we'll see you in 4 months.
I think
like, it should say
retire.
Literally. Oh, yeah.
I think he should retire. There's a good point that Darian brought up. He said he's not gonna go in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. I agree. I don't care what anybody says. Tua is a great quarterback. He had great potential. He still has good potential. And I don't think he's reached his ceiling yet. But when it comes to your brain, I don't think you should play with that. As someone who's had hella concussions, and literally I don't care. Like, when you have a concussion, it's so hard. You don't know who you are. It's so hard to think and focus. It's your brain. You can't see how it heals. Yeah. Like, they can't even track CTE until you die. Yeah. Imagine not being able to properly track concussions. Let it go.
Yeah, I think it's obviously hard. Like, I just think he it's just him. He doesn't want to. But I think seeing, like, a lot of other coaches and players come out and say, hey, if I were you, I would retire.
Thank you.
I forget what coach it was, but he said, like, you have a life to live after football. You're not going to play football your whole life. And I was like, that is a great point. Like, I feel like they don't, like, the problem is
remember.
Their whole life is football. Like, even in college,
birth.
like, it's the coaches don't say like, hey, like, try to find your interest. Your interest in football, they always say put that first. Like,
literally.
people
they say, don't go to parties, don't drink, don't smoke. You have a game, you have practice.
Like, everything is football, and I think that's the problem. Like, you don't set them up for success elsewhere. So when they get to the league and they're making money and they're like, okay, this is what I'm doing, they don't have a plan B. So it's like it's so hard to give up what you always know. Like, you don't know anything else. So I think it's just gonna be him. But I think as a coach, like,
Mike McDaniels he put his foot down.
Yeah, he was like, bro, like, we shouldn't even be discussing him returning right now, which I think is a great point. And I think I like to see that change because I'm like, years ago, you wouldn't even see coaches really caring about concussions.
Like, we'll probably see him. Get him in the practice. I remember when I was growing up, finally seeing the concussion tent for the first time that they brought on the sideline. I don't even remember that before, like, high school. Literally. I don't even know if they had that.
And it's just the culture of football. They're like, everyone's always like, hit him as hard as you can. Like, who is it? Shiloh Sanders always says like headache gang, and I'm like, I hate that. Like, literally, you don't play with concussions. Like, your neurons do not regenerate. Like, they just don't. So you're not going to be able to get these things back. Yeah,
over here.
I'm just saying, like, the way you think is going to be permanently damaged. And like, it's like you also have to think of like those people around you and like your family. It's like it's not just you at that point because you're never going to be yourself again. So I'm like, it's bigger than football. So I'm I feel like he's at a point where he can like sit on the bench. Somebody was saying like, oh, just sit there and be like a backup, but I'm like, even that,
go
like,
coach. You
literally, I'm like everybody knows who you are now. Like, there's so many other opportunities for you. I'm like, it's not the end of you for football, maybe for like playing.
Yes,
I'm like, but
and
it's
I know it's hard, but you have to think like people always joke about Antonio Brown, but like there's nothing to joke about. Like,
literally,
and even Aaron Hernandez, when he like killed himself, they did a scan on his brain. They said he was like 84, like in mental age.
Yeah,
like that's nothing to play with. That's literally scary. Like, how is he thinking every day as an 84-year-old mentally? I can't even imagine. Yeah. And outside, he's like 30, 20 years old.
That's why I'm like, it's just so like, it's so disheartening just seeing people like disregarded. Like, like when he got hit, you wouldn't even think that the hit was like hard enough, or it wasn't one of those hits that you're like, oh, what happened? Like, cause he ran into like DeMar Hamlin's chest,
seized up.
Yeah, and then you're like, but they showed like his other hits, and all of them weren't like hard hits, but it's like the nerves that you have, if you hit them at the right angle, like the right amount of pressure, literally, it's like that's all it takes. So it's like it doesn't have to be these big hits, but I'm like, they have like the outrageous consequences, and I'm like, I don't understand why we're not taking this more seriously.
Literally, I saw this like thing this stunt double said, and he was like you have to retire. Like, he was like, there were times where like I couldn't even feel sensation in my limbs because of my concussions, and it was like, it's like post concussion syndrome. So it's not even when you have the concussion, but after your brain has healed. Like, you don't even know how it will affect you in the long run. And That's soccer, insane. If you have 3 medically diagnosed, you cannot play anymore. Yeah. Like, you're not allowed to play soccer anymore. Like, football is so scary because I've never like seen a football helmet up close, but I've seen it. I think there's like a little padding in there, but I assume there's not like full on. We're getting a thumbs down from the control room. I feel like there's no padding in there.
I don't think it's like foamy, I believe. Yeah. It's not like, I don't think that's like, if you think about your brain, like, there's not a lot of protection. You have like your skull, like, but I'm like, those hits, when you keep like shaking and all that, like, it's just gonna get worse and worse.
I don't think there is padding. This just looks like
I thought there was padding like on the sides. No,
I think the thing
on the sides.
There's padding on the sides. Okay. But that's the thing, like, just because there's a little padding that stops your head from rattling, your brain can still rattle inside your skull.
I'm like, we're like too advanced in technology.
Too advanced.
To not have a better helmet. I'm like, there's cars that can drive themselves.
Thank you. There's little delivery things like that robots. Drive without a person. They deliver your food to you.
I don't understand how you just keep watching this happen.
And making it worse. And I'm so glad we have progression in things like hip drop tackle, like things, and like targeting, but we need to take it even further, which brings us to the Guardian cap. Yeah. And I don't know how you feel, but I think it should be mandatory. Yeah. I don't know, maybe we can like change the design and make it a little bit more like structurally, aesthetically pleasing, but I don't know. Also, does it make sense to have something outside of the helmet? I'm not a football player, so I don't know. Versus inside? But regardless, I do think a cap, inside or outside, needs to be mandated.
Yeah, I agree. I like that they tried to like ease them in and say like, oh, you guys can like
have the option,
because I think They
you know how men are.
I was about to say men do not like when you tell them
they don't like being told what to do, even when it's for their best interest. They will be so stubborn, even when it's in their best. Even when people have told them multiple times, different people that have never met tell them something multiple times, they will be like, I do what I want. I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And you suffer the consequences.
Literally.
And I'm not even gonna say told you so. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, it's just like I feel like it's culture. Like, like I just feel like men think like, oh, like you're supposed to get hit hard. Like you're supposed to just take the pain. Like it's fine.
As aggressive sport.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, it's just part of the sport. Like you're gonna get hit. We know that, but it's like in order to like encourage like longevity and you be able to play, like why not just wear the helmet? I don't understand all like.
Bro, when JJ Watt was like, he was like, no, I get it. He was very calm, but he was like, I wouldn't wear. Bro, shut up. Bro, I love JJ Watt. I love JJ Watt, but shut up.
I don't get that. Like
you're literally an NFL vet. Yeah. You should be like, even if you don't agree with something, I feel like there's a time to be like, okay. Yeah. You should stick up for something when it's right. Yeah.
And they don't even have a valid reason. It's just I don't want to wear it.
Literally, but
it's
like I wouldn't. JJ, how many concussions have JJ Watt have? Luke Kuechly, arguably the best inside middle linebacker in the league, had to retire early because of his concussions. Everybody said Luke Kuechly was amazing. He's good. He's so talented. Everybody can agree on that. And the fact that he retired early, like literally someone that's so good, recognize like I've had 2 really bad concussions. If I have another one, who knows what will happen? Yeah,
that's why I don't understand like people who have been in the NFL like for a long time. Like you've seen Antonio Brown and all of these things, and like you're watching people get hit
in your face.
Literally, like we all watched that, and you're like, what the heck was going on? Everybody was confused. They didn't know why he was acting like that. I remember when they were like, oh, it's CTE. I don't understand why more people didn't say we need like you're wearing this. Like it's. Literally. I don't understand the uproar against it. When I think people were in denial.
They're like, oh, it's not CTE. Maybe he's on perk. I mean, Aaron Rodgers admitted to doing perk during games, so we don't know if it's CTE or drugs.
With Antonio Brown?
No. Oh yeah, with Antonio Brown, we don't know if it's CTE. Maybe people thought it was drugs.
Like you mean currently you still?
No, I think people are in denial. That's why.
Oh well, I definitely think
Aaron Rodgers,
CTE.
He was like, oh yeah, I was on perk during games. I was like, perks it?
Honestly, when Antonio Brown kicked that man in the face, honestly, I could argue for drugs because how do you even think of that?
Yeah, I don't know really how CTE presents itself besides like delaying speech, slurring words, memory.
But it's also like decision making, like your frontal lobe, like you're just. Like if you mess up those neurons again, like you don't make good decisions. Plus, it's like men, like they make their decisions, like they develop later than women, so it's like
they do be slow.
Go ahead and put that cap on, okay? Let's not further the delay, okay?
Y'all don't get to choose.
Like I don't think it should be a choice. I think after this, like especially like with Tua being on the Dolphins, like. They should be like everybody's wearing it, and I feel like even like as like a teammate, I'd be like, dang, I just watched that happen to my teammate. I don't understand. I'd be like, can I get one today, like during the game, like something? I don't understand just like being like, oh, I watched that and I have a chance to prevent it, but I'm not going to. Like that's so stupid to me. Like I don't understand why you would put yourself through that pain and the possibility of getting injured. Not saying that this is gonna just remove all that possibility, but if you can like protect yourself even more, why not? That's like that's like why do you wear like pads when you play? It's like all these like safety tools. I don't understand why you're so against this one. Like your brain is so delicate. You only get one. They can't do a brain transplant. Like don't be stupid.
Don't be dumb.
I don't get that.
Don't be dumb.
At all.
Speaking of don't be dumb, USC, please. We play Michigan. I'm not saying they're JJ McCarthy's Michigan, Jim Harbaugh's Michigan. At all. But they're still this is our first Big Ten opponent.
Away game.
And exactly, we're away. Currently, Michigan is ranked 11th in the Big Ten. It doesn't matter.
Oh.
It doesn't matter to
I thought
me.
You meant in the AP poll. I was like, no, that can't be right.
They're 18th. We are 11th in AP. Yeah. But it doesn't matter to me where they rank. It's Michigan. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. It's our first Big Ten opponent. I really think O-line got to get it together.
Yeah.
I do think we need to see, we have been saying this for the past 2 weeks, we need to see the rise of our true wide receiver one.
For sure.
I think our running backs are solid, and I think our defense needs to be, I don't know what's lacking.
They've been, like, just skating by. Like, there hasn't been anything overly, like, impressive, in my opinion.
Literally. I don't care what you say about last game. 48-0 against a team that we paid to play, knowing that we would win. I don't want to hear it.
I don't feel like you can just like.
We were expected to win.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Exactly. So it's hard to like know how they're gonna perform. I'm very nervous just because it being away, and Michigan's fans are insane. Like
loud,
like you have
rowdy.
to admit it. Like I give it to them. Like their fans are absolutely incredible. So I'm like, it's gonna be loud. I'm nervous about that for Miller, just because I feel like, again, he's not experienced and he was having trouble the first game hearing. So I'm like, I'm really nervous about that. I think there's gonna be some false starts, definitely some delay of games. I'm calling it now. I just feel like that's part of the process with him. But I'm nervous because I think we're kind of like counting them out because we're like, oh, it's not last year's Michigan. But
yeah.
I'm like, at the end of the day, especially with us, like we're not like, I think we have a lot of growing to do. So I'm like, I can't like be like, oh, we're gonna win.
I think a lot of people have like tunnel vision. I don't know if this is the correct word, but since we beat LSU,
for sure.
Oh, do you hear ad playing? Me too. I think a lot of people have tunnel vision because we beat LSU. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very hyped. We beat LSU. LSU, they're always good. Yeah. They have really good receivers. We did play great that game. I can't lie, but I really want to see like just our defense. I guess stars, more stars.
No, for sure.
What's his face? I want to see Eric more. He did have a great game last game.
I think Kamari's also pretty good.
Kamari, yeah, DB.
But like
Greedy.
For me, it's the D-line. I'm like,
nobody.
What is going on? Like,
crickets.
I don't really
Last
have
year we were so like high praise of Bear and Jamil, who came in, who was a quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, no, just now I'm like, Bear not even a main starter. He's like an or on the depth chart. And Jamil, I don't know. Maybe if it's the new DC, maybe he came in and changed some things. So he's just playing around. But I do want to see, like you said, D-line and just some more stars. I really want to see the emergence of like the replacement of Kalen Bullock. I feel like it will be hard. Yeah. It will be hard too. But somebody has to do it.
I don't have anybody that I even think is
I know they moved Jalen Smith to safety, but
he's been quiet.
I wonder. I miss that. It's just knowing that somebody will be back there always on target, anticipating the ball so well, just like Kalen does, and somebody that can get an interception.
Yeah, the problem is Kalen was very tall.
Yeah,
so it was like
was he?
Easier. Yeah, he was tall. I think he was like 6'4" or something. No,
6'2".
Okay, yeah, he was 6'2",
but still tall. He used his length very well. But the thing is, he anticipated the ball so well.
I agree.
So he was always there at the right time. Yeah, I haven't really seen that from anybody so far. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know
Kamari.
Yeah, I think Kamari can do it.
Has potential.
I think Easton. I think it is. He's back there. He's trying to do it. He just, again, he doesn't have the height to do it. He's like, the matchup is just crazy. Like, especially when you move to the Big Ten, like those guys are just taller and bigger and faster. It's just a different level of competition. But
he's 6 foot, which means he's 5'11". Why do y'all lie on the things? Please.
Yeah, I don't get
Why
that.
Do you lie? Because then it makes that whole Bryce Young thing when he's actually 5'4". Like, bro.
Literally, my dad called me when Caleb got drafted. He's like, I thought you said he was 6'3". I said, that's what it says
online.
I never said those words.
I don't get why they lie. I get lying in high school. I would lie. Yeah. But once you get to college, don't lie for the draft people.
Yeah. They're going to check it. And then they just look at you like, what happened?
So, come on. I don't know.
But no, I don't know. I'm hoping it's a good game. I'm excited to watch it. I think my stomach is definitely going to be in my you-know-what. But I'm
excited to see Miller, like you said. Like, is he going to actually show up and play against a big team?
I pray. Did you see he was on, like, Heisman Watch?
Please, y'all.
I said.
No, when they put Zach Branch and Miller as top 100 players, I said, 99 and 100?
No, literally. I'm not even trying to be mean, but I'm like, the season.
People that have done nothing yet.
Literally, that's
so
what I'm saying.
Quick. But when it comes to Caleb, they were like, he hasn't even won this.
I said he had the best stats.
The double standard.
The best
crazy.
Stats. But no, just pray for us, honestly, because I'm nervous. I'm hoping they don't let it get to their head. Like, I need Lincoln to be, like, in their ear the whole time. Like, they can beat you. Like, don't think they can't. They can beat you. Like,
none of that last-minute LSU choking. Are we going to... turning it over quick. No.
And Lincoln, please call the plays on time. You know, you be stressing me out.
Use Lake.
Literally.
Use
Lake, please.
Jacoby, you're tall.
You need to get, Deuce, please show up for this game. Please.
Who else?
You're too big not to show up.
Don't catch nothing.
Kyle.
Just block. Don't touch the ball at all.
Please.
Just
move them out the way.
Thank you. Please.
That's all I ask. And then,
Tyron,
defense.
do your thing. Zach. Do your thing.
Bear, when you get the chance, Run them over. Please.
Please.
I'm so stressed.
I know, but I feel like I don't know, I feel very confident that we have the potential to win.
Yeah,
I don't want to jinx.
I think this is like make or break though, because I feel like if Michigan wins, it's kind of like, okay, did they get lucky? You know, they've been losing. Yeah. But I feel like if USC loses, it's kind of like, you know, like they had to like, those first 2 games were just luck. They didn't play like LSU. It was luck, and then the other team was just not as good. So I'm like, this is really for like all the marbles. Like people are gonna talk about y'all.
Yeah, they're coming off a home win against Arizona State, but no.
Who?
Arkansas State.
Oh, and who's that?
Yeah, I don't really know.
Yeah. So I think we're fine.
Not familiar with Arkansas State
at all.
So, anyways.
So next.
Any last things before we close?
For today, no. I just better see a bunch of touchdowns. Let's see some sellies, something new.
Yeah.
You know, just
get hype, have fun. Yeah.
Zach, you know, we could have a little return touchdown,
maybe
you know, however, that return group is awful, okay? I don't know why they be putting those randoms out there every time.
Because they don't want to redshirt them, so I guess.
But it's also like Zach's never gonna get a touchdown on that if you don't put the right people out there.
That's true.
Like I'm not even.
You need to block for your man.
Like it's like they forget. They just happy to be out there.
Let's not repeat Utah versus USC.
Oh my god.
What was it? Pac-12 championship. Caleb Williams running down.
That's the first play, I swear. It was the first drive.
I will never forget that. I'm sorry, Real. We love you. But I'll never forget when you didn't block. Then he hurt his hamstring.
You were celebrating.
He hurt his hamstring, and then the rest of the game we lost. We would have won that game. I don't care.
For sure.
Also, now, Caleb, I'll say it now looking back, selfish to stay in. Selfish.
I agree.
Selfish.
But it all worked out, and Cam Rising is still here playing his 7th season like a bum. But you know,
who was their tight end?
For who?
Kincaid. He's doing amazing.
Yeah, he's
amazing
good.
Against the Ravens.
That's what I'm telling you. I told y'all. Use the tight ends. I don't know how many times I have to say it.
So upset when I said
Lakin, whatever
Kincaid.
his name is.
Yeah, he's doing amazing.
What can I say? You know, just a special position.
Anyways, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in. For those listening, watching. Also, don't forget, Instagram, TikTok, Take Her Mic Away on both. Follow, subscribe. We'll see you next week.
See you then.
So, we're going to stop streaming